Hi there, welcome to the latest edition of QTV News. We start this month's bulletin with one of the 50 most powerful women in the world, Harvard business professor Rosabeth Moss Kanter. She was at Queen's to talk about the importance of innovation. Professor Kanter was the keynote speaker at the InterTradeIreland All-Ireland Innovation Conference, attended by hundreds of business leaders and academics from all over Ireland.
I think it's important to gather business leaders and people interested in public policy to think about how together they can create solutions for the economy. I mean, each business person has to run their own company in a good way, but when collaborating, you can think about the barriers, think about the culture that supports innovation and change and can boost the economy, create jobs.
October has seen major sporting developments at the university, with the first competitive fixture being played at Queen's newly developed Upper Malone playing fields. The new complex offers world-class facilities for rugby, Gaelic, soccer and hockey. The game itself, an All-Ireland League match between Queen's and Greystones, witnessed the home side getting off to a winning start.
I did find it quite emotional actually locking the key in the door on Monday night at the old clubhouse, but you know what, we are the host of the future here now at Queen's. We have a fantastic facility. It's not just about the clubhouse, it's about all the pitches that we have, the structures that we have in place and the staff that we have there, the development officers, the coaches, the volunteers, and having the pitches and the structures in place it's fantastic for the students, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's what we can provide for those students to make them a more rounded person and life-changing skills whenever they leave the university in 4 years' time.
Absolutely fantastic. I think if you look around, and I suppose for someone like me who was here 20 years ago and knows what it was like back then, to look around now and see what it has developed into, the facilities are as good if not better than anywhere in Northern Ireland or sorry, in the UK, and certainly the best in Northern Ireland.
The Students' Union has just launched its own version of The Apprentice. Jedi Jim Eastwood has stepped into Lord Sugar's shoes, giving 7 students weekly tasks to test their entrepreneurial mettle. The winning candidate will be offered a placement with Deloitte.
Part of the Queen's Students' Union overall strategic plan is to provide a platform of activity that will enhance a student's employability and enterprise skills. The Queen's University Apprentice was designed specifically with that goal in mind. It's a competition, it's an event the students are engaged with, it's dynamic, they're interested in it. We've seen the interest through the number of votes we've had. In terms of selecting our final 7 candidates, we received over 1,200 student votes in the space of 1 week. We want students to be proud to be a student of Queen's University, and we can certainly see that with the number of applications, the number of student votes we have received, that there is a demand there is a want amongst the students to be the first ever Queen's University Apprentice.
And Queen's students were urged to look at careers in the EU civil service. Minister for Europe, the Right Honourable David Lidington, hosted a discussion with students and staff on the exciting opportunities on offer in EU institutions, not to mention the Brussels nightlife.
It'll give them great job satisfaction, serious responsibility for important policies at an early stage in their careers, probably in their 20s, with serious responsibility, good financial rewards, and a pretty good social life in Brussels into the bargain. There's thousands of young men and women, very talented, from countries from all over Europe and the world there, so there is plenty to do, both work and play.
New research from Queen's has revealed 45% of cancer survivors in Northern Ireland suffer from health problems years after their treatment has finished. The report with Macmillan Cancer Support highlights the need for more patient support. Dr. Olinda Santin tells us more.
This report shows that cancer survivors and their caregivers report poorer health in the general population long after treatment of cancer has ended. They tend to use health services more frequently than the general population as well. However, when asked, they report at a high level of satisfaction with the services they received. There are a group of patients and caregivers who do continue to struggle, and it's important that we identify those patients and provide the appropriate services for them.
Well, that's just about it for this edition, but watch out for next month's QTV Bulletin. There's exciting news about Queen's and India, and staff and students will be taking part in the university's annual Green Week and helping to reduce carbon emissions. But until then, from me, Jane Beach, goodbye.